Welcome back to Commander of the Week. After a week off, I'm excited, regenerated, and ready to go to show you guys the beautiful world of Magic the Gathering. So, I am going to introduce this week another Lorwyn Eclipse Commander. Little bit different because it is based off tribal, as Lorwyn Eclipse is heavy on tribal. But this time I'm going to showcase it with a different flavor that benefits both the tribal aspect and the reason of population expanding the board. So, which commander am I talking about? Well, introducing Brigid, Clachan's Heart. This 2-colorless Plains legendary creature, Kitkin Warrior, does this exactly. Whenever this creature enters or transforms into Clachan's Heart, create a 1/1 green-white Kitkin creature token. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay green, and if you do, it transforms. And it transforms into Brigid, Doun's Might. Now, this creature does this exactly. If you tap it, you add X green or X white, where X is the number of other creatures you control. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay white. If you do, you transform this creature back to its original color side, which is Clachan's Heart. They are both 3/2. So, now breaking down the staples. As explained earlier, it is unique. Yes, you can go tribal with this aspect, but I'm gonna mix it up with both ways, both population and tribal. Here is staple number 1. Clachan Sentry. 1 colorless, white. Creature, Clachan Soldier. First strike, lifelink. Whenever this creature attacks, you may put creature card with a mana X or less from your hand onto the battlefield and attacking, where X is the number of attacking creatures you control. It is a 2/2. So, this point of this commander is to have lots of creatures on the board. Why? Because it does it on its own, based off activation. And most of the Clachan soldiers give you that activation as well. Some of them do you summon creatures, some of them do you do tokens. And on top of that, you're playing Selesnya, so you're gonna expand the board pretty quickly. Now, this is pretty much a fast way to bring down a heavy creature. So something like an Eldrazi can come out. A very, very powerful creature, Copper Dragon, can come down just by you having enough creatures you to pay for him. 8 creatures, you could pretty much go wide depending on what creatures you have in your hand. So I definitely recommend this card. Next up, staple number 2, Calsbeld, Border Guard. 1 colorless, 2 plains. Creature, Clachan Soldier. When this creature comes into play, put a +1/+1 counter on it for each Clachan you control. When this creature is put into the graveyard from play, you put a 1/1 white Clachan Soldier token creature into play for each counter on it. So once again, you're expanding the board dramatically, you guys. You're gonna have plenty of Clachans on the board because you're gonna have the tribal aspect of it. So this creature is gonna be big. And when this creature dies, which you could sacrifice it, you could kill it, get lost, kill it, give yourself tokens, and on that you're gonna have yourself enough soldiers to cast something big. Let's say if you do have the Sentry out. So it does vary a lot of good combination and gives great value. Next up, staple number 3, Spring Leaf Parade. X green enchantment. When this enters the battlefield, you create X 1/1 colorless shapeshifter creatures with Changeling. Creature tokens you have can be tapped and you add 1 mana. Once again, you could tap it for 9, you could tap it for 5, you could tap it for 6. It's a good end game mechanic. It's a good end game card because you're going to expand dramatically, which will give you value to tap to get another finisher, another giant creature, or can get you another gray enchantment or spell that could win you the game. So this is a phenomenal card. I recommend it to expand your Clachan army on the board. Amazing for board presence. Now, staple number 4, is a game changer. But the reason why I recommend it is because you're gonna have creatures entering the battlefield all the time. Aura shards, one colorless, Selesnya, so green and white. Enchantment. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may destroy a artifact or enchantment. And you know in Commander, artifacts, soul ring, arcane signets, enchantments, Vertex study, Sundering Tides, this is removal. And we know that in Commander, artifacts and enchantments rule. So much value you can get out of having those things, those tools on the battlefield. And because you're having creatures enter every single time, you could clear out the board. It says may, so even if there is nothing on the board, you're able to skip it and wait for other responses to come in, other tools to come in, if they threaten to do so. One of the phenomenal cards. I really like this card. And the last staple for this deck that I recommend for this commander has to be a finisher, and it's Creator Booth Behemoth. You need something that could just smash everybody, guys. And Creator Booth Behemoth, when it comes to tribal, when it comes to board presence, when it comes to population, it's just a great card. It's a 5 colorless, 3 forest beast. Here's what it does. It has haste. Whenever this creature enters, creatures you control gain trample and get X plus X until the end of the turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. So if you have a board presence with you know, tokens, they expand. You have so many ways to get more tokens out. The more tokens they're on the board, the more crazier it's gonna get. I've won games with this card. I highly recommend it. And the power of trample, you could literally tramp out the entire board. I've seen it happen before when people have, you know, 14, 15, 16 creatures. It's gonna get that amount. So if you have 15 creatures, that's 15 plus 15 for each creature. It will get that buff, and they get trample. So you can cast it phenomenal way with the Leaf Spring Parade, with Sentry. Just a great way to finish the game. I highly recommend. So with that being said, which cards did I miss? Which cards do you think really make a game-changing effect or a staple in this particular commander, Brigid? And what do you think about Brigid? Would you run it? Would you create a deck based off Clachans? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more Magic the Gathering fun.